Chinese and Taiwanese warships eye each different as drills because of Quit Taipei. Chinese and Taiwanese warships played highseas cat and mouse on Sunday beforehand of the scheduled stop of 4 days of remarkable Chinese military sporting events launched in reaction to a visit to Taiwan through the U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's go-to final week to the self-ruled island infuriated China, which spoke back with Czech launches of ballistic missiles over the island's capital for the primary time and the reducing of communication hyperlinks with America. Some 10 warships every from China and Taiwan sailed at close quarters in the Taiwan Strait, with some Chinese vessels crossing the median line, an unofficial buffer keeping apart the two aspects, consistent with an individual with knowledge of the problem. The island's defense ministry said in a launch multiple Chinese military ships, plane, and drones were simulating assaults on the island and its military. It said it had dispatched aircraft and ships to react, as it should be. As Chinese forces pressed the line, as they did on Saturday, the Taiwan facet stayed near monitor and, in which feasible, deny the Chinese the capability to cross, the individual stated. The two facets are displaying restraint, the individual stated, describing the maneuvers as excessive seas, cat and mouse. One facet tries to cross, and the opposite stands in the manner and forces them to a more deprived role and eventually return to the other side. Taiwan said its shore-based antiship missiles and its Patriot floor-to-air missiles have been on standby. The Chinese sporting activities, centered on 6 places around the island that China claims as its personal, started out on Thursday and are scheduled to ultimate until midday on Sunday, the reliable Xinhua news agency mentioned closing week. China's military stated on Saturday the Sea and Air Joint Physical Games, north, southwest and east of Taiwan, had a focus on land strike and sea assault abilities. The United States referred to as the exercises an escalation. These activities are a big escalation in China's efforts to exchange the popularity quo. They are provocative, irresponsible and lift the chance of miscalculation, a White House spokesperson said. They also are at odds with our long-standing goal of keeping peace and balance throughout the Taiwan Strait, which is what the arena expects. Damaging peace, China says its family members with Taiwan are an internal matter and it reserves the proper to convey the island under its manipulate, by using force if vital. Taiwan rejects China's claims saying solely Taiwan's human beings can determine their destiny. China has also warned the USA now not to act rashly and create a greater crisis. Referring to the response to Pelosi's go-to, the Communist Party's People's Daily newspaper said China had followed powerful measures that fully demonstrates that China is absolutely determined and able to safeguarding country-wide cohesion and safeguarding sovereignty and territorial integrity. Taiwan's Premier Su Sengchong told reporters that China had arrogantly used Navy motion to disrupt peace and he called on Beijing not to flex its military muscle. Taiwan's defense ministry mentioned on Saturday its forces scrambled jets to warn away 20 Chinese planes, along with 14 that crossed the median line. It additionally detected 14 Chinese ships conducting activity across the Taiwan Strait. The ministry launched a picture displaying Taiwanese sailors intently watching a nearby Chinese vessel. Taiwan's forces on Friday fired flares to warn away drones flying over its Kinmen Islands and unidentified plane flying over its Matsu Islands. Both island organizations are near China's coast. World faces a choice. As part of its response to Pelosi's visit, China has halted communication via diverse channels with America including among military theater instructions and on weather trade. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken accused China of taking irresponsible steps and shifting far away from prioritizing non-violent decision in the direction of the usage of pressure. L4N2ZI0BZ Pelosi, a longtime China critic and a political best friend of U.S. President Joe Biden, arrived in Taiwan past due on Tuesday on the highest-level visit to the island by using an American official in a long time, regardless of Chinese warnings. She mentioned her visit showed unwavering U.S. dedication to helping Taiwan's democracy. "The world faces a desire between autocracy and democracy," she stated.